Bazinga! This is Paula Jedi, and you're listening to Outta Time, your source for fringe science and time travel news. I really do have time travel news this time, so stick around. We are also going to discuss dolphin communication, solar power, and much, much more. As you know, dolphins communicate with different pulses and clicks, and they actually talk to each other. Very recently, researchers recorded a dolphin conversation, and they now believe that dolphins have an actual spoken language and speak in sentences. These researchers said that the speech patterns are very similar to ours, and the dolphins also don't interrupt each other when having a conversation. So they're actually listening to each other. Can you imagine if we find a way to decode their language? I wonder what they would say. Do they have problem-solving skills? I think so. Dolphins have been known to save drowning people, and they are also mammals, so they most likely have emotions. Here's a headline from speakdolphin.com back in 2015, and I quote, "Researchers in the USA and UK have made a significant breakthrough in imaging a submerged man from the echolocation beam transmitted by a dolphin," end of quote. Scientists from both the United States and the United Kingdom submerged a man and captured a dolphin signal, which was sent to a sound imaging lab, and they were able to reproduce what the dolphin sees from a distance. The image is kind of spooky. It kind of looks like a ghost. It's kind of fuzzy, but it's amazing nonetheless, and you can see it at their website, speakdolphin.com. This next story has been floating around for about a year or so, but I thought it's worth a mention. Australian scientists from the University of Queensland say that time travel is possible. They used particles of light, or photons, to simulate quantum particles going back in time. And what they found is that when two particles become tangled, or for instance, if two timelines merge or touch each other, or you meet yourself from the future, for example, one of the particles actually responds and springs away. This is great news for the multiple timeline theory. The multiple timeline theory states that every time you time travel, or every time you make a decision, a new timeline is made. Basically, it means that going back in time to kill Hitler would only allow you to kill him in that timeline, not your home timeline, because a different timeline was made. If you were able to travel back to your home timeline, nothing would have changed. Here's where the problem arises, though. What if, say, in 1,000 years, humans find a way to pick and choose which timeline to visit and are able to stay in their home timeline? What if they come up with a way to keep those particles together? Would humanity be in trouble? I guess we better call the doctor. On September 14th, Gaia's Billion Star Map was published, and it was created with the Gaia satellite. At the moment, it's the largest survey of sky objects ever. The map contains the location and brightness of 1,142 million stars, and a 3D image of our Milky Way galaxy is currently in the works. How cool is that? Maybe they can take that 3D image and make a hologram out of it. It would look like something out of Star Trek. Kudos go out to Mexico. The goal of Mexico is to completely switch over to clean energy by 2024, using wind and solar power as their sources. They are hoping that these sources will create at least 1/3 of the country's electricity, and apparently foreign countries are also on board to help out. Morocco is basically doing the same thing. They want their solar, wind, and hydroelectric project completed by 2030, and hope that this will make up 40% of their power needs. So it's good news that countries are finally opening their eyes and developing clean power. I'm sure the United States is trying to figure out how to charge us for it, though. After all, Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower was torn down because it provided clean, free power to all. So I'm not so sure these projects will pan out well here in the United States unless the man in charge becomes rich from it. Now, don't get me wrong, solar, wind, and hydropower are being used in the United States. I saw the large white windmills being used in Illinois when I traveled up north this summer. They have the same things in Holland, by the way. But we citizens are still paying a pretty penny from our side of the coin for electricity. Nothing is free. The United States claims to be the top country in the world to use solar power, yet here I am in Florida, and I really don't see much of it. I still see smokestacks. And can you imagine how much power we could potentially harvest from a hurricane? All that wind? Could we produce power from the hurricane and store it like a battery for future use? Something to think about. I'm sorry, folks, we are out of time. Make sure you go to YouTube, hit like and subscribe. Leave me some comments, show me some love. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye-bye.